Today we're going to learn 3 more of the best hi-hat tricks. So let's get started. Hey everyone, my name is Gabe and I'm from drumbeatsonline.com, a website that helps you become a better drummer. So today we're going to learn how to play 3 of the best hi-hat tricks, part 2. But before we jump into that, I have 2 things I want to talk about really quick. 1, September 29th, I'm coming out with a brand new lesson course called Breaking the Rules of Drum Fills. If you haven't already heard about that and you want to know more, you can sign up for my email list right over here, because people on the email list get access to the course a week in advance and maybe even a little bit of a discount. This course is going to be really awesome. I'm so excited to release it to you guys. All right, second thing is I just want to say I'm really proud of you guys for continuing to watch these lessons and continuing to invest in your education. That's such an awesome thing, to constantly be bettering yourself every single day and just being really intentional with your drumming. For me, that's really difficult. So for you guys to watch these lessons, I just think that's awesome, and I'm proud of you guys. So now, let's jump into 3 of the best hi-hat tricks. All right, so hi-hat trick number 1. So what we're going to be doing with this trick is we're going to be playing a rudiment called the 6-stroke roll on our hi-hat cymbal. The 6-stroke roll has a sticking pattern of right, left, left, right, right, left. So this is played in 6 tuplets. So for every quarter note, we're going to be playing 6 notes. So we're going to be counting that like 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. So every time you hear that quarter note click is when you're going to play your 6-stroke roll. So let me show you what that sounds like real quick, just on the snare drum. So that sounds pretty cool. And an important note on the 6-stroke roll is you want a very strong right hand and then a quiet left, left, right, right, and then a strong left. So that way it stays dynamic and you kind of get those cool accents going as well. So now all we're going to do is we're going to move that 6-stroke roll onto our hi-hat. That would sound like this. So that's how that 6-stroke roll sounds on the hi-hat. So now we can start incorporating that into our beats. So what's really cool about this is, let's say we're playing a beat and our snare's hitting on the 2 and the 4. What we can do is we can play our 6-stroke roll on beat 1, and then on that last right hand, you can come down on the snare and make your beat seem seamless, but you're fitting a really cool flare in on your hi-hat. Let me show you a quick example of what I mean. So that sounds pretty cool. So there's just one slight variation of the 6-stroke roll that we're doing here. So on beat 1 is when we start our 6-stroke roll, is where we go right, left, left, right, right, left. So that's the 6-stroke roll. And then you just do an extra right on the snare drum and that's right on beat 2, and then you just keep going on to the rest of your beat. All right, time for hi-hat trick number 2. So guess what? It's based on the same rudiment of the 6-stroke roll. But now we're just going to start applying it in different ways combined with the hi-hat and the snare drum. So in the trick before, we just did everything on the hi-hat. But now the first one I want to teach you is we're going to do our right hand on our hi-hat, and then that first double left we're going to keep on the snare drum. And then we're going to take that double right, keep that on the hi-hat, and then the left you bring under your right hand like this onto the hi-hat as well. So the only difference between this trick and the one before is the 2 double lefts are on the snare drum. Let me show you how that sounds real quick. So this might be the same rudiment, but it actually sounds much different than just playing the 6-stroke roll all on the hi-hat. So now let me show you a few more examples so you can try to play along and get more of a feel for it. So our tip of the day is right in line with what I'm about to teach you. The tip of the day is be creative with these hi-hat tricks. Maybe you could take the hi-hat tricks and put them on your snare drum or your other cymbals or your toms. They could really be full drum set tricks if you wanted them to be. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that same 6-stroke roll variation that we just played with, and we're going to mess around with it a little bit more. So before we had our right hand on our hi-hat, double left on our snare, double right on our hi-hat, and left on our hi-hat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make all those double notes on the snare drum and everything else on the hi-hat. So that would make our first right on the hi-hat, but then a double left and a double right on the snare drum, and then a left on the hi-hat again. Let me show you what that sounds like. All right, time for our last hi-hat trick. This is also a really fun one, and it's also based on a rudiment, but this time we're branching out from the 6-stroke roll. This time we're going to maybe a more familiar paradiddle. So if you're not familiar with the paradiddle, the sticking pattern for that is right, left, right, right, with a strong right hand and quiet left, right, right. And then it switches to left, right, left, left, with a strong left and quiet right, left, left. So on the snare drum only, that would sound like this. Okay, so this trick definitely is different than the 6-stroke roll, because the 6-stroke roll trick was just one measure long, where you just play one 6-stroke roll. But playing a paradiddle of right, left, right, right, left, left, that lasts 2 measures long. So what we can do with this is on beat 1, we can start our paradiddle. So that would give us a right, left, right, right. And so then on beat 2, what we can do is we can bring our left hand on the snare drum and then play right, left, left on the hi-hat. And then we just keep going with our beat. So that part of the trick is 2 beats. That'd be beat 1 and beat 2. Let me show you what that sounds like. So that one sounds really cool. And again, going with our tip of the day, let's be creative and be inventive with this. So with this trick that we just did, we just moved our left hand on the snare drum. But what we can also do, just a very easy thing, is we could leave our left hand on the snare drum the whole time and our right hand on the hi-hat the whole time. That would sound like this. So guys, do you have any favorite hi-hat tricks? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys, and I love responding and starting conversations with you as well. It's one of my favorite parts about making lessons on YouTube. But if you guys want some more deluxe drum lessons, check out my lesson course, Ultimate Beginner Drum Lessons, right here. I really think you're gonna love it. And remember, my brand new drum lesson course called Breaking the Rules of Drum Fills comes out September 29th, and you can sign up for the email list right here. Or if this video is past September 29th, I'm sure there'll be a link for that in the description to go ahead and grab it. And if you want to check out my last YouTube lesson, you can check that out right here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love engaging with you guys, and I'm so thankful that you guys are watching these lessons. So good luck practicing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.